What's up, everybody? How are you all doing today? It is Saturday, May 30th. So it's the last Saturday in May. And it is 11 o'clock in the morning here in the wonderful sunny state of Kentucky. So, how about you all? Where's everybody from? How's the weather where you're from? New comics? Right? We can talk about a little bit about that stuff. But yeah, I'd love to know where you're from and what the weather's like over there. Lloyd, thank you so much for the kind words, brother. I will be joined by my wife here in a little bit. She just went out to get her morning shake. I think she's nice enough to get me one, too. So that's why I wrote the right there, Omni. You all came up with that, Martin. I think that was all you. So it's my first name and then the last part of her first name. So, yeah, hope everybody's doing good. And, yeah. New Jersey and sunny. Yes. Awesome. CT, Ohio. Omni. Yes, man. That was all you. You made that happen, brother. What's up from Canada? Ecuador. Yo nací en Perú. Pero nunca fui a Ecuador. Me fui a Argentina y a Colombia. Con mi familia. 11 p.m. in the Philippines. Goodness. Southwestern PA, Pittsburgh area. I had some family that lived up there in Pittsburgh for a while. Nevada, Boston, and it's hot. Yeah, I like this weather, man. It's weird. I sleep better when it's cold, but I love when the weather is nice and warm. Just kind of reminds me of, I don't know, better days, maybe. Texas! Alabama. Dude, I have some good friends in Alabama, like South Alabama, like right before they get to the Florida line. Canada and rainy. Oh, no, brother. What part of Canada? Just out of curiosity. I've been to a few places over there. Is it only going to be you today? No, my wife is joining me today, Sherry. So thank you for asking. She's just, she went to get our morning shakes. Sunny and beautiful in Edmonton. I've been to Edmonton, man. Yeah, that's a... I know where I've been. Alberta, right? Yeah. Northern Ontario. Okay, I've been to Ontario, but not northern. Oklahoma. Rain. Yes. Yeah, we got a couple of things, man. Big one here is DC canceling a lot of their titles and going strictly to collected editions and then canceling previously announced titles. Also, we got good news from IDW. You know, that's always good. They've released their summer schedule. I'll talk a little bit about that. What time does IST drop new releases? I believe it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's up, Make Havoc? How you doing, my brother? Pacific Northwest. Vermont. Is that where you are, Matthew? Matthew, by the way, I got your package for Maddie for her wedding. So I will make sure to hand it to her or just drop it at her house since, you know, social distancing and all that. Shout out to Ontario. 1 a.m. My goodness. 1 a.m. It's like another day over there in Australia, huh? From Athens. Atlanta, Georgia. Yes. Dude, I love Atlanta. I used to travel there a lot with my buddy Mike back when we were in college. We used to party down there a lot. A lot of fun, man. John Williams, are you in Australia too? I didn't know that, brother. Are you going to be picking up the Jim Lee artist? Dude, I've stayed away from those artist editions for the longest time. Like, just because I have a completist mentality. So if I get one and I'm like, oh, I got to find another one. I got to find the John Byrne one. I got to find the Carl Barks the Don Rose Scrooge one. So, yeah.
I'll be back.
Thank you, baby.
I didn't get to Starbucks yet because that took so long.
Oh, okay. She'll be back. Oh man, I'm completely out of the loop. It's not many. They haven't announced many, but I have a feeling that they're going to announce some more as time goes on. I think they're just now reshuffling things. Sending love from Brooklyn. Yes. Hey, there's a name I haven't seen in a while. Sweet Exorcist 7. What's up, man? Beer run. No. It's like 11 here. We don't drink that early. Well, unless we're on vacation, right? Then it's 4:30 anywhere. I have a Jim Lee art Artifact Edition by IDW. Yeah, they're beautiful books, man. I've seen them when I went to visit Gabe. He showed me a bunch of his. He lives out in Vegas, and then when I saw Omnidog, when I went to visit him, he showed me his stuff. But I just can't. And then I think the way I justified it is like I don't have the room. Yes, I could make room. I know I could make room, but maybe it's just my brain subconsciously telling me don't do it. just don't go down that rabbit hole. Is this still sponsored by Cheap Graphic Novels? Your number one source for it. It is. But I usually save that for the end when everybody's here. Everybody's all gathered together. We're very happy with Cheap Graphic Novels. They've been great sponsoring us, and I think we've helped each other out. We're still waiting for your Boom Studios Hidden Gems. Dude, I gotta make my top 10 first, right? That's the way it works. Gotta announce my top 10, and then I do my Hidden Gems for Boom. I think I'm gonna start mixing up the Hidden Gems. I've been having a lot of fun with them, just going through my books, and I'm like, oh yeah, I really dug that. I don't hear enough people talk about that. So I'll probably throw in like a Marvel or DC book, an Image title, a Boom Studio, Vault, well, I haven't even done Vault, IDW. There's a lot of books out there. I just want people to know. And then it sucks when I'm like, this is a hidden gem. Oh, shit, that's out of print. And I don't realize it. Like, I had no idea Luther Strode was out of print until I started making the list. It's an awesome book. I can't believe they let it go out of print. So hopefully somebody at Image will reprint it. I don't know. Talking to Eric Larson makes me think that they make a lot of interesting decisions based on... I don't think they... how do I put it? Talking to him and getting a better understanding about the way their collected editions department works makes me think that I don't think they have an ear out for things that are out of print. Mainly because they're a lot different than Marvel or DC when it comes to printing books. And that's that they don't... There's different copyrights, right? Like, Image themselves doesn't really own Spawn or Savage Dragon or Kill or Be Killed. It belongs to the creators. So I can understand why sometimes books get lost and are out of print. Like, I think Nailbiter went out of print, and I have no idea if anybody at Image even knows that. Volume 1. And interviews in the works, maybe. I've been having a lot of fun with those. So I may start shooting people up. I may definitely start hitting people up. Do you think there will be a Hellblazer Jamie Delano omnibus? I would hope so. Just to get... probably depending on the Hellblazer sales, right, of the Garth Ennis run, which to me is the best Hellblazer, but there's a lot of awesome runs. So I'm hoping that DC will see the sales of that and be like, hey, we need to make more. And go back and do the Jamie Delano run, right? So people can see where it started, get to the Garth Ennis stuff, and then move on to the other creators like Paul Jenkins, Mike Carey, and all that later on. Because there were some phenomenal runs on that series. So, I'm going to get to the questions here, and I'll try to make sure I don't miss any. Finally ordered from Cheap Graphic Novels. Got a special order of Jack Kirby Fourth World, and it was a great transaction all the way around. Yeah, man. But good. That's where I get my books. So, you ever gonna do Valiant? I love Ninjax. So my story with Valiant, Lloyd, I don't know if you're still in the chat. Lloyd sent me my very first Valiant comic. I have stayed away from New Valiant because it's just such a big, broad universe, right? And so many books are out of print that it kind of turned me off. And I actually talked to the Valiant guys, and they were going to send me some trades, but nothing ever happened. Maybe they just forgot who I was when I met them, but I don't know. Where do you suggest I start? I got Bloodshot from my boy Lloyd. He was like, you need to read this. I will, I promise. Omar just got my second, third, and fourth Omnibus. Brother, you are you're living in the golden age of Omnis, man. There's so many available, so many different types. Like, I remember when they were first coming out with the Fantastic Four, then X-Men, then New X-Men. it was nice to see like one released every 4 months, 5 months, and now it's like we get 4 or 5 a month just from one publisher. It's wonderful because now you have all these different choices. I don't like war comics. I don't like love comics, so I'll stay away from the Kirby Love and War. Or I don't like cosmic comics. I'll stay away from all that Annihilation stuff. Or I only like X-Men. I only like Avengers. So it's really cool the choices that they have given us. Hoping for Black Science and Deadly class reprints from Image. Is Black Science out of print? I thought East of West Volume 2 is the one that went out of print. By the way, East of West Volume 2 was in the process of being reprinted before all this happened. So if you're willing to be a little patient, I'm pretty sure it will be back in print sometime later this year. Maybe Omar will finally get that Bendis interview. It'll be interesting because I have my thoughts about him, but he's a wonderful human being. He does a lot for the fans and for the industry, so I would love to talk to him. There's my boy, Shandasuk. Hey, all you mentees, my man. Did Annihilation go out of print? So let's talk about that really quick. I talked to David, and I talked to my contact that checks, like, I have a contact that checks my inventory, the inventory at Diamond, right? Which is where all these books are. And both Diamond and David confirmed that it's out of print, but Diamond has a like it's in parentheses, it's like temporary. So I don't know if that means they're looking for more or if they expect more. So David was going to look into it for me too. They both got back pretty quick. I'm glad I can answer things at least about Marvel, right? I've tried to have that connection at DC, but I just lost my I hope nobody at DC is watching this. I lost my contact at DC. She was so sweet. So Catherine, you were awesome. I'm gonna miss you. Some of my other contacts at DC think my name is Rick. That's still one of my favorite stories to tell. I don't think I've told you all. And it's just one of those things that I'm like, we've been talking for about 3 months. I don't think right now is a good time to correct them that my name's not Rick, but whatever. I think her and a couple of Michael and a couple of others are the only ones that actually know my name is Omar. I started reading JoJo, yes, and I've been told it gets better. Right? Because right now it's kind of a slow burn. Or the first year. But I love the artwork. It reminds me of Fist of the North Star. Hi, Omar. Thanks for the inspiration. I found your video 6 months ago. Then I owed all the Secret Wars trade paperbacks, and now I have 74 Omnis and 40 Epics. The obsession has begun. As long as you're reading them, brother. That's the important thing. I mean, if you like collecting them too, but that's cool. What do you think of Black Hammer and its spin-off Quantum Age? I think it's wonderful. Did I do a review of it? I can't remember what I've done a review of or not. I love it, man. I can't wait for the other library editions. Even the spin-off stuff, right? Lemire just knows how to... No, yeah. It's in my top 10 favorite Dark Horse books. If you're going to go back and watch that list. But yes, absolutely. I love it. I think it's one of the best comic books out there today. And the fact that we're getting library editions, awesome. More, would you recommend Promethea by Moore or Morrison's Invisibles to start something new? Woo! I think both are a little heavy, right? And I mean that, how do I put it? I remember reading so much of Invisibles that Morrison's writing by the time he got to there, and you can see a little bit in Doom Patrol, it's not like... I felt like he was way too smart for me at times. I love the book after a couple of read-throughs. I love that series. I think it's wonderful. But, damn, is it dense at times, and is it hard to understand at times? Where I think, and that's why I went with Animal Man for my favorite Morrison, that and Joe the Barbarian, because those are easy reads to give somebody and be like, look, here's a quirky superhero that, you might think it's one thing, but it's actually another type of story. Whereas Invisibles has different layers, and they get confusing, but I love it, right? Which one would I recommend? Prometheus the same way, but I think Promethea, just because of that beautiful artwork by J.H. Williams. Lake of Fire and Gotham Central just arrived thanks to this channel. Dude, I hope you like them. I love those, both of those top for me. They're great. I think that's the whole thing. A few of you for 6 months now have been wanting me to do hidden gems of books that people may not have heard of. I think some of you all suggested doing like a library tour and then just picking up a book at random. But I like the hidden gems aspect because I get to speak a little bit about the book without giving too many spoilers. And the book that I thought of immediately when I thought of Hidden Gems was Lake of Fire. I'm like, I need to get this book out. This book is wonderful. It's been out for 3 years, and I remember the writer retweeting my tweet to him about how wonderful this book is, and even he was like, "Oh yeah, I wrote that like 3 years ago. I totally forgot about that book. I'm glad you liked it." And I'm like, "No, man, this is like one of the best books I've read." So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Do you think it's necessary to collect Spider-Man, Spider Island, Ends of the Earth? I already have Superior and Spider-Verse from the slot run. Honestly, it's up to you. Spider Island takes place during slots run, and so does the Ends of the Earth. I have those, the OHCs, right? Yeah, if you're a completist, absolutely. Leslie Turner, Forbidden Planet UK store planning to reopen the 13th of June. Website is down due to, I'm sure their website is down currently because they are busy. Bloodshot Reborn. Yes, thank you, Lloyd. I'm glad you're here. Omar, have you or the Omnibus heard of TKO's COVID initiative? Yes, they will donate 50%. When I interviewed one of our local comic book shops here about a month ago, they said that they didn't even know about this, but TKO just sent them a check. And 50%, you're absolutely right, was donated to them. So that's a really cool thing. So everybody's been helping out. I think everybody's been great. Like, when bad things happen, it brings the good out in the people, right? For the most part. What am I reading currently? Right now I am reading Superman Red Sun for old reader, new reader. I am also... I don't know. I love... When we did old reader, new reader on the Annihilation Omnibus, I went back and started reading Annihilation Conquest. I'm like, no, I gotta stop myself because I gotta go back and read other books. So I started reading Umbrella Academy, Wicked Divine, starting going through my reread of that, and then Mage, because I picked out those limited edition library editions. So I don't know if Jim Shooter's still with Valiant or not. That's a good question. I was gonna say it's too early but who am I kidding? Opens beer. Good morning, everyone. Hey.
Hey, sweetie.
How are you?
Oh, hello.
Always love that name, Beta Ray Jam.
Hey, I just read that. Beta Ray Bill and She-Hulk.
Yep.
Are you in the middle of something? Because I have a question.
For me?
No.
Well, for the chat. I mean, we were just talking. I'm catching up with the chat.
Oh, okay. Well.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, with all the stuff happening in America and personal stuff, it's kind of rough, so I thought it'd be fun just to talk about what everybody's been reading, right? Like, yeah. Did you already talk about that?
Well, they asked me what I was reading.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't answer. What are you reading? You mentioned She-Hulk.
Yeah, so She-Hulk, starting with Dan Slott's run. I'm on the second volume, the trades, and almost said Omni's going to be coming out, right?
Later on this year.
And I really like it. So Beta Ray Bill was in it for a little bit. And I think for when people ask questions like, what's a good comic, to get people to start on, I think that She-Hulk, Dan Slott's run, is a good starter because you don't have to know a lot beforehand. I found the story simple, easy to follow without being boring. I think it's entertaining. Now, you said it took you a couple of years to read it.
Yeah,
that's because you didn't understand.
No! Belittle me? No, it was because I understand that people love Dan Slott's run, but for some reason I had the hardest time getting into it. And it's going to be interesting to do an old reader, new reader, because I want to find out why. And I don't, and it's not him. I
remember you telling me that she breaks the fourth wall later.
Yeah, well, that started with John Byrne's run in Sensational She-Hulk.
Oh, because she hasn't yet.
Not yet, but she will.
Okay, good. All right. I like stuff like that. I like her character. I like the art. Who's the first dude? The drew with bitty eyes and a tiny nose and tiny mouth.
Bobbio? The artist?
Yeah, I like that.
He's a good artist.
Also been flipping through Hobgoblin Lives. Which seems like a mashup of a lot of stuff.
Well, Hobgoblin Lives is Roger Stern's way of finishing up a story arc he started 15 years prior to writing that. Okay. Roger Stern got frustrated with the editors at Marvel and just left Spider-Man in the middle of who is the Hobgoblin.
Goblin. Okay.
So the secret
So that's
was
what-
revealed by another writer, by the editor, and then that was not retcon, but then they said, no, there's another Hobgoblin.
Oh, so Betty's husband was framed, Ned.
Maybe. Read the book. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read it.
Sir?
But there's only that, to me, I think,
Well-
is the one thing they probably should have added to the omnibus, the Spider-Man Roger Stern omnibus, because literally he finishes out the story of who the Hobgoblin is in that little miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
It's available in trade paperback, by the way.
It just because as a kid I liked reading Hobgoblin stories and just the art, the '90s. I wanted some nostalgia reading. I do say it was a lot of the mystery I kind of skipped over.
What the?
A little bit of it. There wasn't enough action. I like my action peppered in, and it was like a long time before there's any action. I'm like, come on, I want to see him fighting. So, anyway, that's what. Yeah, I think that's it that I've been reading this week. So,
Awesome.
yeah, what have you guys been reading?
Dude, there's my boy. Jess, I hope you're feeling better. How about doing an essential reading order for Magic? I think I gave you one, remember? You asked me, and I said, I'll do you a solid. I'll write it out for you. This was about 2 years ago. Did you lose it? You lost it. I'll make a video for you.
Hey, look, our shirts. We're matching black and white.
Yeah, I have Junji Ito. Oh, you have Undertale.
Okay, yeah.
I'm cataloging my cross-publisher library chronologically and then going through and reading them all in order. That's awesome.
Wow.
Omar, wasn't Stern's Omni big enough? Nah, dude, I like them thick. So the bigger, the better.
Mm.
And it gets crazy because
Yeah,
we're
you
about
do.
to have 1,500 pages of, I'm talking about Omnis here.
Yeah, you are.
Somebody was asking about, for the other people. Okay, Jess, for the other people. Okay.
For the regular people.
Will Stern Spider Omni ever get reprinted? So that leads into something I was going to mention to you all, is that I'm gonna send David my list of. Here, you can take control of that. I'm gonna send David my list of out of print Omnis. I usually make a video every few weeks. So does my boy Omni Dog. Not weeks. I'm sorry. Every few months. Every quarter's when I like to do it, but I may do it just every 6 months just to keep people updated. So I may start taking a poll on our Facebook page or on Instagram, just to kind of get an idea of what people want reprinted. Like what you guys want reprinted, to kind of give Marvel an idea of. I know you guys want Spider-Man. I know that's a big one, but I don't know if they may be saving that for 2021 because they're starting on 2021 right now. Like they just literally started talking about Omnis in 2021, so reprints have been talked about. We talked a little bit on Friday, so I'll give him my list of out of prints, and then I'll highlight the ones that I think are probably most wanted based on what the poll shows. So keep an eye on the channel for that and our Facebook. Order Next Wave Agents of Hate complete collection. What's your opinion? It's a hell yes. I love that. We did an old reader, new reader on that. It's one of my favorite Warren Ellis books.
I really liked it. However, near the end, I'm just he kind of gave up.
Oh, it's Warren Ellis.
Yeah, well, I don't appreciate that. Like, yeah, it's funny, but then I mean, those 10 pages of those in a row splash pages, and just me. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's like a Family Guy joke that goes on too long. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun until the end. That's me.
I happen to like Agents, Keys. Stern's a fantastic writer. His Brand New Day issues were the only readable issues. I like it thick. I'm talking about Omar's Omni. She's right beside you.
Matthew, I peeked at Maddie's picture, and it's amazing!
She ain't said nothing though. She can keep secrets. I don't know why she's so nosy.
What? No, because I wanted to see her picture, and it's amazing. So
I told her what happens when you
right
go
over
metal.
there to give it to her.
But people,
Or mail it or something.
I mean, people in horror movies that go metal never end up in a good situation.
They go what?
Meddling.
Oh.
Any idea on what will be included in the JLA or Justice League International Volume 2 Omnibus? Not yet. I'm assuming. No, I can't. I don't know. I don't even know how big it is. Thanks, my dude.
Yeah, I was raising my eyebrows at 900 plus. Phew.
Wolverine and the X-Men Omnibus reprint. That's probably one. But see, we had such a surge of just so many X-Men reprints in 2020. Maybe Marvel might want to take a break. One thing I do want to bring up to him, though, to his attention, is how are they going to deal with X-Men Inferno, OHC, and Fall of the Mutants? Because I know a lot of you all want those, and they don't reprint oversized hardcovers, so maybe make them into omnis. Anyway, this is thinking. Jose, what happened with Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1? It went out of print. Man.
Man, that was good. That was a good story.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's one of those temporary out of prints or if it's out of print. Only in a couple of weeks we'll be able to know if Diamond actually updates that.
Can we get 2020 rebooted?
Oh God, dude, yeah, you're not kidding, right? Omar, do you watch movies in 4K? I do, man. I do. I have watched a lot of horror movies in 4K. Starting to get superhero movies in 4K. So my daughter and I come down here.
Last night you watched Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. Melanie, Final Destination.
Final Destination. No,
my daughter and I love watching.
Fatal Attraction. Final Destination 3.
It's a Michael Douglas movie. Or a crossover in the X-Men.
Oh, with this one?
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. X, don't think it's ever been asked.
Mrs. X.
Mrs.
Do I
Omar,
need to
sorry.
read
I don't know. Yeah, maybe Uncanny Omar read pretty one day. But apologies if so. Just wondering what got you guys into comic books. Well, I think you all know my story about being in the hospital with appendicitis and my uncle sending me a stack of American comics, and that's the one that stuck out to me was X-Men
Who
168.
knew appendicitis would lead to all this?
You're right. It's funny how the gods of the comics universe works. What about you?
Probably cartoons. Fox, like Spider-Man, that ADD. Whew, I can't watch it as an adult show. But when the dojo, when I started as a kid, I was training at this dojo, and it was in the same shopping center as the comic book store that Omar worked at. I never saw him there because we're about 3.5, 4 years apart.
Yeah.
That's a big difference back then, right? So anyway, I would stop by, and that's how I got started, and just buying those 25-cent, 50-cent issues of my allowance. I just go through and buy whatever Spider-Man I could find.
I almost said our love story.
Wolverines.
Our love story could have started at a comic book store if you had just walked in.
But that's creepy.
But that's creepy because you were
12.
I mean, I was 18 when I worked there. 16, 17, 18. You were okay. Still too young.
18, 14, that's better.
No, hell no, man. Some dude, 18-year-old coming here with Lydia. Is she 14?
Oh no, not with Lydia. No.
It's my daughter.
No. It's
anyway,
like a senior dating a freshman.
My boy Taylor Brown just give me absolute Batman. Yeah, you damn right for that. Alan Davis and Todd McFarlane oversized artwork, brother. Next wave is awesome, Omni Dog. My wife bought me the Dan Close Studio Edition for my birthday, feeling blessed. That's awesome. I love when she surprises me.
Happy belated birthday.
Yes, Werewolf by lunchtime. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday. I love when she surprises me with things I didn't even know about. That's how I ended up getting some of my second books that Maddie's in love with.
Yeah, because I saw the cover and I'm like, hey, Omar would like this.
Omar likes independent movies and independent comic books. Maybe he'll like this.
Freak Omar.
He's a member of the X-Men and uses his knowledge of IT to design training simulations.
That's a cool idea.
That's what Forge does. I'm taking Forge's job.
Forge is handsome.
Yeah, he is. I love Forge. He's such an underrated X-Men character. Michelini? No. Eric Larson taught me how to pronounce it.
Okay.
I think it's Michelini because he said it's like your knee. So
I'm so proud of you. Look, you just not bragging at all, but just nonchalantly say Eric Larson taught me how to say it.
It's not like we went smoking cigars and started hitting up the
really,
strip joints together. We
really
just had an interview with him.
Okay.
Yes, we do. That would be awesome. That would follow up right after the Eric Larson Omnibus. So, absolutely.
So, I think you're talking about Next Wave.
Yeah, boom,
just
boom.
read the book this week. I really fizzled out and ended abruptly. I think Tabby's my favorite. Yeah, I like her.
She started a catchphrase in that. Was it TikTok Boom or something like that? I remember she never used it when she was in New Mutants or X-Force, but
You just answered this, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I got your question, right,
yeah.
Jose?
Yeah. This has been asked a couple of times. How do you afford all these comics? I don't know. Omar, how do you?
How do I afford all these comics?
And we even have a joint account. But I still don't
She don't know about that foreign account I have. Really simple. About 13, 14 years ago when I decided to go the collected editions route, I sold all my single issues just about, with the exception of my Uncanny X-Men run, my all my X titles, right? Like, they stayed, and then a couple of key issues. But I knew what I had because since I worked at a comic book store, I knew how much things were worth. Whenever I want to buy something, I sell something. Whenever I got it.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Selling.
Yeah. But I'm also a collector of video games. I'm a collector, or I used to be a collector of statues and toys. And I still am a little bit in the Transformers.
Yeah, you haven't bought recently.
No, I ain't bought no big titty statues for a long time. You remember? I used to get the, what's it called? The Queen's Blade. The one that you called me out on the show.
Remember all the One Pieces?
Yeah, the Mega House One Piece. I used to get those.
Oh, they were right here.
Yep. When we first started Near
Where
Mint
are
Condition,
they?
they're over there. When we first started Near Mint Condition, most of my anime figures were here. So
I'm like, where are they? I don't even.
to just put it simply, flipping, selling stuff, and then affording things that I want. Yeah. So it's not So I guess I'm not a hoarder, right? Because that's the definition of a hoarder. They don't sell anything. They just keep it, right?
Right.
Please
so
make me feel better about myself. All right.
We can walk through the floor, kind of, sort of. We just cleaned this place up. How did it? Oh, brother.
Just think what a great Omnibus Marvel Quest Probe would have been if it finished rather than convoluted ending and Marvel fanfare and Quasar ended up being. Yeah, but there's a lot of stories like that get canceled. Like, the stories get canceled, or the issues get canceled, and they have to finish it somewhere else, right? Like, what was it? John Byrne's the Galactus story that he just kind of walked away from. Even though they reprinted most of it in the Omnibus, in the second Omnibus, he never got to finish it.
Where's Casey Sand? I didn't know there's her last name. Sandsmark?
Yeah.
That's cool. She should have had it. So glad you noticed.
I've decided
I'm going to put, change out the figures so you guys can enjoy his collection and put him back here. I just was getting food, so I forgot this morning. But yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, he said, I got to figure out where to put them so people can see it.
I like those two. Please.
Yeah. This one?
Sure. Need some extra copy of Conan Volume 1 Omnibus. See? That's what you do, man. I don't sell books. I feel guilty if I, oh, thank you, Mom. That is one thing I don't do. What is it called? Insiders trading?
I don't know what
Like, I get a list. I know what Marvel's going to reprint, and I could be a jackass and sell my copies of, Uncanny X-Men, or all these rare... even when I knew Annihilation was coming, I'm like, I could sell this on eBay for $200 right now. But I have this... And I don't think I'm a good person. Like, I think I have this genuine fear that the universe is gonna... just get back at me if I do something evil like that. Like, that's how people get in trouble. That's insiders trading, right? So I'm like, still, I can't do it.
No, you're an upstanding gentleman. Stop putting yourself down.
Wow, upstanding. I don't know about that. But...
Sometimes.
I was going to say, I don't know about that. Will there be an Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 and 3 reprints? Yes, absolutely. Volume 1 right now has just... it looks like it's out of stock a couple places. Not to put FOMO in anybody. By the way, for those that are watching this live and later on, I don't want to put FOMO on you, but if it's not on your radar, Sensational She-Hulk Omnibus, it is really strange. It is back order at Diamond right now.
Somebody mentioned that earlier.
And like I said, I don't want to put fear in anybody, but those copies that might come out, I believe next Tuesday or next Wednesday, that might be it. I don't know, because I don't know if the system's messed up, but that's what they have it marked as. And back order usually means out of print. Omar, I'm new to the hobby. Should I buy my Omnis based on their print date, since I am buying a couple a month? You mean as they come out, brother? For the most part, I'd say a lot of these stay in print unless I tell you ahead of time that they're back ordered. So most people like to buy them the week of, because they're like in stock trades. Cheap graphic novels offers a bigger discount the first week. on new Omnis. So that's why a lot of us like to buy the first week,
tip.
right? And then if you wait another week, but that's only if you have the money, right? Because then you have to save money. A lot of people have to save money to get these books. They're not cheap. Even at a discount, they're not cheap.
Your hair's looking good today. Thank you for drinking that shake because it is gonna not be cold later.
What do you do to make it time to read your comics? It takes me 1 month to read one omnibus. Well, it depends.
Good to me, that's fine unless you have a ton and you're really wanting to get through
Yeah.
it. But just enjoy it.
Start a YouTube channel that forces you to read books. Bathroom break. I read in bed if it doesn't bother her that much. I read out here in the living room. I don't know. I was always
when the first night in our house.
Yeah, you kicked me out of my own
we got a
bedroom.
whole house now. Go watch that somewhere.
I was comfortable in bed reading comics. Anyway,
No, you're
I've
watching
always been a reader, so that's how I always make time, no matter what. Even if I didn't have a show, I'd be reading. Omar, why are the Marvel Epics collections so hard to collect? So they're hard to collect because they go out of print easy, right? Like they go out of print, and it's hard for them to justify reprinting something like that. So let me talk a little bit just about this in case this is your first time hearing this. But the Marvel Epic Collection line started as an idea that David had. Like, let's do the whole chronological Iron Man. Let's do the whole chronological Captain America and Thor. But let's release them out of order so the bigger stories could sell better, and we'll put the story title on the spine and the number in the back. When they go out of print, though, it's harder for them to justify it because it takes them just as much, like the cost to make one of those books is as much to make a Marvel Masterwork, right? And you all know Marvel Masterworks are $75 to $100, whereas an Epic Collection is $40 to $45. So it's hard for them to go to I don't know, whoever decides, yeah, go ahead and let's reprint everything, and justify, hey, we got to reprint this book that's only going to make us $40, or we can keep making Masterworks, right? So that's why they're harder to collect. But since I started the show and I started talking to David, they have been reprinting a lot of their number ones, and David has made it like a goal just to keep all their number ones as evergreen, meaning like they're always going to be in print, in case you don't know what evergreen means. But they're also doing stealth reprints now too of books that they know are out of print, and I'll give him my list of epics that are out of print too, so he knows.
So can you explain that again about She-Hulk to Jesse? Does that mean it's going to come out this Tuesday and won't be available to order?
No. It means that that stores, like online stores like Cheap Graphic Novels, Tales of Wonder, and In-Stock Trades, and comic book stores have already placed their order. They cannot order anymore, is what back order at Diamond means. That means the stock they get, that's it, right? That means that they cannot order anymore from Diamond. So, case in point, Cheap Graphic Novels gets 50 copies of Sensational She-Hulk. They sell 50 copies. You're number 51. You try to order from them, it's gone. You go to IST, they got 50 copies, and they have already sold, and you're 51 at their website, it's gone. They cannot get it from Diamond. That's what that back order means. Hey Omar, currently reading Peter David Hulk Omnibus Volume 1. I thought I started slow, but with the wondering, yeah, he was wrapping up those plot points from the previous writer. But I like the Vegas stuff. Am I the only one? No. It gets better. By the time you got, I think, Ground Zero, all that stuff, that was the fight with Wolverine when McFarlane takes over as the artist. I think that's when he gets rolling. And
Omar, bro, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I saw that.
yeah, I want to watch it.
Huh?
I want to watch it.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't. I was like, I want to watch it too. I think Lydia would like to watch it with us. And Alicia will watch anything. At least it's scary.
Yeah. My youngest does not like scary movies.
She's getting ready in the bathroom for bed. She's like, Poppy, can you pause it? I have to go out to the living room. Oh.
Like, we're watching a crappy scary movie and she hates it.
Omar, David Gabriel's your Tyler Durden from Fight Club. I love that movie so much.
That's one of her favorite movies.
And the book, of course. Yeah.
I wish, guys. Do we have look, this is how I always say that rumor is not true. Do we have a new Warriors Omnibus Volumes 2 and 3? No, we do not. If Omar was David Gabriel, we would. and
No, it's just
Marvel
your
would be
trick
bankrupt.
to keep people off the trail.
Yeah. Any news on Uncanny X-Force Omnibus reprint in July? I believe, yeah, that's still coming. That's a sure thing. Omar, any chance of reading orders for Spidey series? Then Amazing Spider-Man. Been trying to collect Paul Jenkins' run and the collecting. Oh god, they are all over the place. Yes, I'll be doing a Spider-Man reading order at the end of the year, but also the X-Men one. I think the one that the poll that goes up for our Patreon is this month is the DC events in chronological order in collected edition, or the Marvel events in chronological order in collected edition. That'll be interesting because I'm excited to talk about both. Because there's some stuff that hasn't been collected that are events that I'm surprised that DC hasn't done.
Earlier, somebody asked what my favorite comic, or my first comic was. I don't remember. Yeah, just any random Spider-Man back issues, right? That's what they're called, right?
Yep, back issues.
Back issues. I just pick out, but I will say Spider-Man. Something Spider-Man. Something.
What is X-Men Legacy and why isn't it collected? I'm always seeing the odd issues in other collections. Oh, no, dude, it's collected. X-Men Legacy.
Let me pull it out right here.
Well, I'm just going to show him something really quick. Really quick. This is what you get out of the reading orders. This is how I think. So, this is X-Men Blinded by the Light, literally, because my light is over there.
By the light.
We just got demonetized.
Up like
Mike Carey took over the run of X-Men, right? Adjectiveless X-Men, the one that Claremont and Jim Lee started.
Adjectiveless X-Men. I love that.
So this is X-Men 200 to 204. Well, they had a crossover, the Messiah Complex crossover. And so 205, 206, and 207 are in the Messiah Complex hardcover. Then the title was renamed to X-Men Legacy. Mike Carey wanted to do his own thing with his own characters. So that's what X-Men Legacy is. It's the Mike Carey stuff. It's really good. It's only collected. There's like 2 OHCs, but the rest are in trade paperback or standard size hardcovers. Hopefully one day we'll get Omnis. But that's a really quick explanation of how X-Men became this. So it's the same title that Jim Lee and Chris Claremont started. Hope that helps.
Sounds logical to me.
If there is one DC Marvel character crossover I would like to see someday in the comics, it would be Supergirl and Captain Marvel. I think Carol would get along really nicely.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
Who would you like to see?
Oh gosh, how do you think about it? You gotta give me a minute.
Not
silently. Let's go on.
I was thinking Punisher and Deathstroke. That'd be fun. Cassandra Cain. She was back to being Batgirl instead of Orphan. I would love to see her with a character like Miles Morales. Like a young Spider-Man, like Cassandra Cain.
Yeah. You know what? A couple months ago, I tried rereading Marvel versus DC. Is that what it was actually called? Where you voted?
DC versus Marvel.
Oh, well, and I was like, oh, this is bad. I don't want to actually read it. I'll just flip through it.
That stuff was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, but I mean, to actually read, I was like, I'm good. I remember the point.
I like this, please.
Which one?
This one here. What's up, Raz? X-Men Legacy Omnibus by Cy Spurrier isn't the same title, is it? Yeah, it kind of was because the title was canceled after Avengers vs. X-Men. But I think Christos Gage ended up finishing out that run. I actually have it somewhere. Yeah. This is so confusing. Crap. Why do they do this? So literally, yeah. X-Men Legacy. These are the final 2 volumes. Like I said, it was finished out by Christos Gage. Damn, I'm good. I didn't even have to look at that. And then the title became the Legion story by Cy Spurrier, which is excellent as well.
I'm just waiting for the day when you actually have to get up to go get a comic. Why they always happen to be just right here?
Oh, because I make sure that I remember.
No, I'm saying, like, if they ask about something, I guess DC's over there. Okay. Any good Nova stories besides Annihilation?
Hell yeah, it's called New Warriors by Fabian Nicieza and Mark Bagley. No joke. Like, seriously. That's where I became a Nova fan. I love New Warriors. No, I'm talking about the classic New Warriors, right? The Fabian Nicieza, Mark Bagley, Derek Robertson, that stuff. Some of the best comics out there. I love it. 90s, but I don't know. They don't feel dated.
I like this combination.
Ooh, that would be good
Damian
too.
Wayne and Miles Morales.
Yeah.
You know, when I say his name, I think of Miles per Hour. Tails
from
Miles per
Sonic.
Yes.
There's some really good choices here. What about Booster Gold?
Oh yeah, anything
And
where
Moon
they're
Knight?
opposite
Yeah.
personalities, right? That's always fun.
Like where they just want to kill the
Rocking the
like Batman and Gwenpool.
Hybornian age with Conan. Is that how you say it?
Hybornian age with Conan. Yes, I'd love that. That would be awesome. Is Fabian Nicieza still right these days? Yeah, that's who I want to ask on the show. I still have his contact info. I know
still
he's
stalk him.
I mean he's just tired of talking about his old stuff, and I get it. As a writer, you get tired of like, why do people still remember me for something I wrote 30 years ago? Why can't they read my new stuff?
Well,
Just the way a creator works, right?
Marv Wolfman. I didn't even remember when I had him sign. He's like, I did that? Aren't they on VHSs?
She had a
He
reboot.
wrote a couple episodes of Reboot, and I had a Art of Reboot book, and I'm like, oh, can you sign it? And he was like, I did that.
That was funny, because he was like, I don't remember. Yeah, he's older. Spawn and the Red Hood. That'd be fun. Man, I could have so much fun with all these crossovers. It would be great.
Jesse says that he's doing a Juggernaut story.
That's right, he is. He's doing a Juggernaut ongoing series, isn't it? Or is it a mini-series now?
Let's see, Grim Knight and Spawn would be epic.
Yes. I got, Long Halloween says I gotta get McFarlane on. Sure, I can ask. Yes, it'd be fun.
I love you. It's hard to understand you with your finger.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can imagine Fabian having a love-hate relationship with Deadpool. Yeah.
Yeah. That probably has to do with the co-creator of Deadpool claiming that it was his baby alone, and that he could have hired anybody, including the Marvel janitor, to write and give him a voice. As a co-creator of that character, that would have pissed me off.
Yeah.
But I mean, he charges signatures, so it's his bread and butter, right? Anything with Deadpool, he charges automatically for something to get signed in CGC. Because he knows people sell that, like they flip them, right? Like especially if it's CGC, the books in the cases that are graded.
I know. Are you explaining to me?
I was mansplaining. I was nerdsplaining. Sorry, my bad. Oh, you didn't know.
I have a bad memory, but I know that. I'm insulted. Goodbye. See, bad memory. I just thought of something to talk about. You said, signatures. I appreciate that you got me, was it Neil Gaiman? A signed Neil Gaiman novel?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I should keep my mouth shut. Never mind.
Hey, why don't you keep your mouth shut? Why don't you keep your mouth shut? I'll wait in line for that. Batman and Rocket Raccoon. I was thinking Batman and somebody like Gwenpool that would just get on his last damn nerves.
Wait, Omar tienes.
¿Tienes cómics en español? Sí, tengo los Elvos, que compré cuando estábamos en España. Y tengo Torpedo. Y esa es una de mis favoritas. Man, you were acting like my mom.
Well, no, I'm just trying to help. God bless America.
So, yes, Elves, which is now being translated into English, and Torpedo, which was translated into English by IDW.
Wait, what is this? Imagine Chris Nolan gets solely called the Batman Dark Knight guy or Tim Burton the Nightmare Before Christmas guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be like that.
Man, I loved Tim Burton.
Old Tim Burton.
The 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, I was in 6th grade, I remember seeing my first commercial for Night Before Christmas. And that music by Danny Elfman, like, I was intrigued. I was like, oh, I gotta see that. And I was in love with it for years. I almost got a tattoo of Jack Skellington. But
Omar and Rob Liefeld, controversy. Think about that interview. He's doing his podcast now. It's like Rob Splanations or something like that.
Is that like mansplaining?
Have you read? Sí, El Eternaut. ¿Cuál es? Morte. Hay otro también que hizo. Morte Cristo. ¿Cuál es? But yes, I read Eternaut. Beautiful book. It's one of my favorite collected editions. Absolutely.
Look at this. Mr. Awesome says best Tim Burton movie is
Don't encourage her. She loves
That's my
it.
top 10 movies. Oh my gosh. Oh, we stood in line for 3 hours to
meet
okay.
Paul Rubens.
Not Pee Wee Herman. He was so nice. He was just taking his time talking to everybody, so it was enjoyable once we got up near to where we could see him. Enjoyable, like him just, talking to the kids, being goofy. He kept popping jelly beans. Now, he's getting older, right? He wasn't that energetic, right? He was still himself, but yeah, he was having fun. He's a nice guy. But that movie, it's just great directing, and again, the score by Eddie Elfman.
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
It's such a good movie.
Mort Sender, thank you so much.
Pagey, Mr. Herman.
She loves that movie.
No, my favorite line is, your mind plays tricks on you. You play tricks back.
I see, we let him go.
Nausicaa, yeah.
Yep. Nausicaa is interesting. I don't know if you all want to know this little bit, but Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, was written, the movie came out, and then he finished the manga about a decade later.
I didn't know that.
Well, same thing with Akira, right? Like, Akira, the movie, came out while he was writing the manga. He took a break from the manga to write Akira.
So, Canadian Invincible Comics thinks that Pee-wee's one of the best horror movies of all time. I guess
that one scene in Large Marge.
Well, the clown scene. I'm not afraid of clowns, but I could see how it's creepy when they're belting the bike. Oh, and the bike. How can you not relate to the fact that you're in love with your bike as a kid? I'm still in love with our bike. We have fun, like, biking around town and such. And yes, that is true that Nightmare has Tim's name on it, but he didn't direct it. It was Henry Selick.
Nerd.
Yeah.
You remember that stuff.
And then he also did what was that bad movie? With the guy
James
the
and the Giant Peach?
No, James and the Giant Peach is also with the cool.
Which one?
Cool World. Wasn't that Henry Selick?
I love Cool World.
Was that Henry Selick?
With Kim Basinger and Brad Pitt? Is it Brad Pitt in that movie? Anyway, we're
Oh, well, maybe I'll give another try with Brad Pitt.
It's a young Brad Pitt, not an old Brad Pitt, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Just remember, this generation of kids never knew who Sandra Bullock was, so they just call her the
Bird Box Lady. Yeah, I saw that meme.
I
There was a meme going around that a lot of people have been calling her the Bird Box Lady.
What
Can you imagine that?
What movie is that from?
From Bird Box.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Lydia and I saw it. You didn't see it.
I had a red line. I missed that bike. Yeah, bikes are the best. Oh, okay. Cool World was Ralph
Bakshi.
Well, I don't know.
Mobius's daughter was named Nausicaa. I didn't know that. I know that
wow.
he did
such a pretty name.
He did a poster of Nausicaa because he loved the movie. Mobius did.
I mean, that really works as a name that...
It is a pretty name.
Yeah, it's just a pretty name. Let's see. Back to comics, I suppose.
Would you recommend an X-Men Legacy for a person that's...
Monkey Bone! Sorry. Thank you.
That movie was bad.
Monkey Bone is what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Would you recommend X-Men Legacy for a person that started reading X-Men from the modern X-Men age? Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the best, most underrated X-Men runs, Mike Carey's run. He also had a phenomenal run on Hellblazer and Unwritten. That's a good book, too.
All right, you got Jesse being paranoid, refreshing the cheap graphic novels website.
Jesse, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make anybody paranoid. I was just letting you know. If it's not in your radar and you want to wait, I don't know, 6 months to get it, it might be out of print by then. And I don't want anybody to, say, damn it, I missed out on this. Because I hate that feeling. And one other thing I didn't mention was some of you all emailed me and messaged me on Facebook about Superman and Batman Omnibus is out at Cheap Graphic Novels. It's out at comic book stores. Why didn't in-stock trades get any? And I don't know if all of you watched the interview I did with Steve Jeppy, but DC is starting to also do distribution through Lunar, and that's where DCBS gets their books, right? And the street date they have is June 11th, I believe. So they're going to get it. It'll just be later because they're not getting their DC books through Diamond anymore. Or I don't want to say anymore, just for now, I guess.
Will you review the new Barry Windsor Smith graphic novel when it comes out this summer?
Yes. What is it? I don't know what it is.
Woohoo.
I'm out of the box.
You don't know something?
Well, I don't know newer stuff that's coming out. I have no idea.
I'm just teasing. Let's see. Freddy's Favorite
Tim
Tim
Burton.
Burton movies: Batman Returns, Mars Attacks, and Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. I've dyed my hair black because of Lydia.
And we named our daughter Lydia.
But not necessarily because of her, the character.
Right.
Just, I really like the name. Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Night Before Christmas are my favorite. You know, I appreciate Big Fish. That's a good movie.
Big Fish
But
is in my top 3.
It just doesn't connect with me.
Oh, it connected with me.
I don't know
An
why.
old man that likes to tell stories to
Right,
his
so I
kids.
should. It really should, especially my father. Like, he was one of those that, like, took a story and made it bigger. You do that too, and I don't know. Maybe because
Not
it
every
was too
story.
real life for me.
Talking of hidden gems, mine would be Scud the Disposable Assassin. Love that.
That's a cool name.
Did they do an omnibus, a complete collection of that?
Is DC leaving Diamond? They don't have any listings in the most recent previews.
According to Steve Jeppy, no. That they're still there. They're still gonna make the DC books. It was just DC's decision to start looking elsewhere when Diamond went through shutdown. Which that's what one of the questions I asked them. I'm like, did you think there was gonna be repercussions and things like that? And so it happened, right? Midtown Comics and Lunar Distributing is doing some of the shipping now.
Okay, I want to keep going back to Tim Burton. Yes, Tim Burton did direct Alice in Wonderland. Didn't really like that one. Sweeney Todd, forgot, and I had a poster of Johnny Depp in my classroom, and he was hot. All never mind.
I'm trying to think of my favorite ones. Well, I think I'm a big fan of Big Fish. That's one of my favorite ones. Edward Scissorhands and
That's so pretty of a movie.
Edward Scissorhands is beautiful.
Edward Scissorhands and so let's tackle this big question, Jesse.
What is the
current state of comics, guys?
That is a good question.
What is the current state?
Well, things are going back to normal, and as I mentioned, IDW did make.
That's what I was thinking. Way more broad than that. I was like, how do you answer that?
IDW made a statement. People were worried 2 weeks ago in the chat asking what's going on with IDW. Do you think they'll fold? They're going back. They released their summer schedule, and I'm sure the titles that I was worried about, like TMNT, is going back. They're going to get their creative teams back.
Lydia's worried about Transformers.
Lydia and I are very worried about Transformers because that's our favorite book. But honestly, this newer, I don't know. Maybe James Roberts will come back and save the day.
Let's see. Which volume of Thor Gal are you on? Are you still enjoying it?
2. It is awesome. Why don't we have a oversized hardcover? I'm going to talk to my contact at Cinebooks. Let's make that happen. If you've not read it, it's freaking great, and the artwork is beautiful. I want that in oversized format. This is my first time reading it, dude. It's so good.
And Scud was fully collected in Omnibus, and
It
that
was.
was a decent Saturn game.
Yep.
Wait, is that old?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Favorite Daredevil. Whoa, can't talk.
What is wrong with you?
Daredevil run.
Oh.
You know, I think the only thing I've ever read was...
You read Born Again.
Yeah.
Miller. You read Bendis' Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God bless. Miller. Hands down. Miller. Absolutely. When he came back, even though Born Again didn't end as good as it started, it was still a great story. And Man Without Fear, his movie script that they turned into a 5-issue miniseries, is freaking phenomenal.
Here's the thank you. It's not a request for a reprint. Thank you, Omar, for turning me on to some pretty great books throughout these months. Last 2 being Marvel Masters of Suspense 1 and Gotham Central.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you got that Gotham Central. We did an old reader, new reader in Gotham Central. In the next couple of days, it went out of print. We did an old reader, new reader on Annihilation Omnibus, and literally the next day,
It's very cool.
it's out of print, and I hope it's just temporary.
Oh, goodness, you gotta get...
I told David, he's
You gotta
like,
get
what did
Jesse
you do?
Christian worried again. Refresh.
Do you think we'll get the round binding of Wolverine? David on the live chat about a month ago did say that Wolverine might have the new binding, but we don't have any samples yet, is what he said, because things are still shut down in New York, right?
Do you think Kitty Pryde is going to get resurrected?
When did she die? What's happening here?
Okay.
I haven't read
We'll
Marauder
wait for
7.
the answer to that. So let's go on to the next question. Do you ever think we'll get Flash by Mark Waid Omnibus?
It's one of my top 20 most wanted DC Omnis. I hope so. I hope the sales of Jeff... I get... It's so hard to stay positive when I think about these things.
Oops,
Like,
I didn't mean to hit that.
no, it's okay. I try to stay positive on the show when I talk about these things, and it's frustrating when I see hope and I see a light at the end of the tunnel for the collected editions department at this company, and I'm like, okay, you're doing so good, you're doing so awesome, and then they make just the stupidest decisions that why cancel this or why change the mapping on that? Like, I don't know.
You should be like an encourager. Is that position the official encourager for the company? You
Whis-
guys can do it. You're
I'm-
almost there.
I'm the Omnibus
Keep going.
Whisperer. Like you're coming up with the mapping on a book, and I'm just like, add Justice League by Mark Miller in there too.
And you give me a kiss.
No, you're the collected editions editor at DC. I don't need to
Okay.
give you a kiss.
Question on coloring. You don't see much of Silver Age and Bronze comics about the colorist. Why? Also back when they thought about color mixes and paper printing. Do you think the same applies today?
First question. We didn't even know a lot of those artists in the Silver Age too, right?
That's messed up.
Like Jack Kirby. Like Jack Kirby's. I remember reading some Silver Age stuff by Kirby and then by Ditko, and they don't ever say who the colorist was. One, I guess, would assume that it was Ditko.
I'm trying to find the here. Let's go ahead and answer that, and I'm going to try to find the answer about Fujimama. What's her name?
Well, and then the second question is, I don't think they even look at that stuff
Oh, sorry.
for colors anymore. I think because we live in a digital age, they can make whatever color patterns they want.
It's
I need to catch up on X-Men. I forgot things are going back to normal, so I need to get caught up. Thanks, guys, for reminding me.
So does that answer your question about not Jubilee? Oh my gosh, Pride being resurrected.
Sure.
Wait, Kitty's
I'm
dead.
behind, that's why.
I can't find it. Okay. Somebody said congratulations about having your interview on Diamond's page.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't know they were going to do that.
Oh, I clicked on a question, then we didn't answer it, did we?
Which
All right,
one?
I don't know. Sorry. Okay, some Halloween costumes. Oh, Omar's, you have such creative Goodwill costumes. But to announce that we were pregnant,
Oh, yeah.
you were an OBGYN, and I had
The gown.
the gown and other stuff on. But the gown underneath it.
My name was amazing.
I can't remember.
It was Dr. Buster Muffin Half. That was my name.
Okay. I don't think I ever dressed up as a comic character. One year I did a Bleach, the anime character.
Rukia?
No, I wore my karate gi and then a robe over it. Had my boken, and I was like, I'm that guy.
Yep.
But yeah, he had creative ones, like a chick magnet and the Barbie, where it's just the head and the shoulders and her hands, so you could paint the nails. It's a toy. It's like this. You were leftovers, and you were covered in foil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just go to Goodwill and get inspired by like, hey.
I just don't want to spend money on a costume, and I'm cheap, so I get creative.
You put a cucumber down your pants. You
I
got
didn't
some
have to
tight
do that.
pants. You're a porn star. So yeah, that was fun. Oh goodness, we haven't
had a party in a long time.
had no, and that's okay. I got sick. I'm done with those things.
Well, that's when you know it's a good party.
No, not
Byakuya.
I can't say it. He was boring. He had the chick lieutenant and
I just remember a paper that
he
had on his hair.
fought Joe Blow.
Ichigo? What are you talking about?
The guy with the big arm, and he was Hispanic.
Chado.
Chado.
Hi guys, just joined. I know I'm late. How are you guys? We're doing well. We're having fun. Catching up with all of you. It's nice. That's why I started this
Is that your puppet?
Saturday.
Awesome Gamer. Are you puppeteer? That's cool. I was just wondering, or maybe that's like a famous puppet. I don't know.
Hello from Italy. Keep up the good work. I dressed as a Ninja Turtle when I was in the 2nd grade. I'm just reading some of these comments.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. If the plural of omnibus is omnibu, then is the plural of box set Arunis.
I don't know. I don't come up with these words. By the way, that's not Danganronpa. Do Ra Ra Ra, right? That's who your character is.
Do you guys ever think they'll introduce Bankai if they ever make the live action Bleach movie sequel?
I hope they make it because I really liked the movie. I thought it was good. Amanda and I reviewed it. It was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm.
Man, Bleach was awesome.
Was.
And then the cake. The cake.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Okay, let's see. You said epics are expensive to reprint, but do you see Marvel treating complete collections as their evergreen reprints?
I think so. I think eventually they'll go down that road. Road. Yeah, eventually they will. I don't think there's any reason why.
So you were correct about
Salty.
picture, and the anime is coming back.
I heard it was.
What about? Do you like Outcast Kirkman comics or books? Comics.
No, I've tried. I've read the first two and just didn't like any of the characters. That's one of my biggest problems with Kirkman's books, like Walking Dead. Never, other than what's her name is shown, and I don't know. I just never got attached to any of his characters. I love Invincible though.
It's Doc Prince says, I'm a beginner. Please some graphic novel recommendations. So earlier I mentioned She-Hulk. That's a great way to start by Dan Slott. It's not confusing. It's a fun story. You don't have to know a lot except she turns green and big just like the Hulk. So, I mean, just go with that. She's a lawyer. So it's really interesting the dynamic between when she's Jennifer Carter. Is that her name? When she's regular, and she has a bit of a different personality when she's the She-Hulk, so that, plays a factor into it. What do you recommend?
There are several, like, really, if you're a child of the 90s, like, cartoons, IDW has a wonderful lineup of the stuff that you used to watch in modernization comic book format.
Joe's leaving, so I just
Joe, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
So TMNT, Transformers by IDW are perfect.
Oh, what about Bone? Insert clever name here, suggest Bone.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Depending on what you like. I love a lot of Brian K. Vaughan stuff like Runaways. I think that's a great way to start reading superhero stuff. I always say Uncanny X-Men one.
Bobby Keating suggests God Loves Man Kills.
Yeah, that's the epitome of what an X-Men story can be. So it's awesome. If you've never read X-Men, check that out.
And that's assuming you want the superhero, right? Stories. I mean, there's tons of non-superhero comics that are just great.
Shut up, Matthew.
Recommendation.
There are several. Image has a lot of good books. That's why I started doing the hidden gems to kind of give people an idea, because they're more like little mini movies or independent movies sometimes. And were you talking about Jennifer Walters? Walters?
Jen Walters.
What did you call
Jennifer
her?
Carter.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Okay, so I think if you could make a list of all the names I get wrong from this episode, it might be pretty entertaining. Joe Blow is Chattel, and Hoochie Mama is Kitty Pryde. Let's see.
Here's some good ones.
Mouse, Hellboy, TMNT, Dark Horse, Star Wars, and Bone.
Yeah, Dark Horse Star Wars is solid.
Yeah, someday I suppose I'll read Bone.
Bone is great.
You love it. People keep recommending it.
You know what? The Duck
do you think
comics.
Lydia would like it?
Yeah, I think so. Duck comics are great. Omar, I recently read Captain America Wolf Cap after I heard you mention it. Thought it was a fun story and something different, but I understand most don't like it. They don't. I think Mark Gruenwald gets wrapped up with that. Like, people think of Mark Gruenwald's Captain America run and they automatically think of this crappy Man-Wolf or Cap-Wolf storyline, but really, he did some of the stuff. Some of the best stuff. Any Jim Mint collabs planned for the future? Not yet. Not yet. I know he just passed 80,000, so congrats to him.
Wow.
So I'm sure we'll talk. Yeah. Last time I was on his show, and it was a lot of fun. I had fun with him. So I'm sure we will.
52 Rebirth. Oh yeah.
Rebirth. Rebirth Superman. Oh man, Batman. I think 52. Flash. I've enjoyed. Flash is a continuation of the 52 though. So, but Rebirth Superman was awesome. Rebirth Detective Comics was great.
There you go. Joe Cool says, "How's it going?"
What's up, bud?
Hi.
Man, I like Joe Cool. He teaches me to pronounce names. Was the Binding of Uncanny X-Force reprint good? If not, is there a chance that it will change in July? It was good. There was nothing. It wasn't. If you're talking about the flat spine, it didn't have the flat spine. Yeah. So you're good. Grunwald's so damn wordy. He's awesome. He's great stories, but it's a lot to unpack every issue.
So that's why you have palate cleansers in between.
Yeah, that's why you read manga and Bendis stories. What's the Squadron Supreme? I love Squadron Supreme. I think it's probably his. I know it was his baby, but it's his best work, I think. Peace out. I'm headed to 2nd and Charles and to go to Goodwill look for Omnibus comics and buy.
Oh,
That
yeah,
sounds like
buy 'em
a
all.
hell of
Good
a
luck.
Saturday.
Good luck. Bye.
You got a lot of books. Best way to organize them to find what you want.
Oh, and by the way, Manuel and Philippos, they said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Organization.
He just remembers.
Yeah.
I mean, here's Marvel, here's DC, and there are Omnis.
Omnis are
But
over there.
still,
Some stuff is
you
over
just know
here.
where-
My independent stuff is over there. My
He sees
European
the world
books.
as an overhead map, Legend of Zelda style.
I do.
So do you see your basement that way?
Maybe.
Like,
I swear when I'm missing something though, I feel a disturbance in the force. Like, yeah. But that's the way I organize them. I separate my Marvel, my DC.
well, baby, you didn't notice 5 years ago.
Shut up.
What would be my superpower? How
The
have I
power-
not thought about this?
I got it. The power of correcting me even when I'm not in the
Yes.
same room. Like I could be having a meeting with some
told you so.
people. You just show up and like, you're wrong. This is how you say it.
Honestly, I really want my memory back. The power to remember. I would love to fly. I know that's cliche, but how freeing that would be. Because when we ride bikes, like, it's a freeing experience to me. I suppose the closest to flying when you stand up on your bike and so, yeah.
How do you organize or store your single issues? I don't really get single issues anymore.
Because you sold them
I sold them,
a
yeah.
long time ago.
So I have digital. Like, I read Comixology and the Marvel app.
When are you doing the 2020 tour?
That'll probably
gonna
come in the
tour?
fall. Like, the fall.
Oh, I was thinking like across America. Like he's like, yeah, Omar, go traveling,
Holy
when COVID's done.
shit.
Wow.
You know what? I will sell it if I need to. Like, if something happens that I need to sell. I mean, they're just books, right? I know.
I'm gonna tear up.
What makes it? My family comes first. God forbid something happens, I have to sell it. Yeah, you gotta take care of your people.
My first reaction is, oh wow, that's really cool. Think of what you could get with that, and I was including myself. And then
You had nothing to do with that omnibus.
And then I know. And then the second reaction is, but it's really important to you, and
It's one of my favorite omnis.
I think it's kind of respectable not to sell it.
Oh.
And plus, of course, we needed to.
Yeah, of course. Was reading Squadron Supreme when I had jaw surgery. Came around mumbling nonsense about. Maybe not the best time. Will we have a Dawn of X hardcover format? I'm thinking we may get an omnibus. Maybe. Not 100% sure. Well, for sure.
Wait,
some kind of.
it says something about using something to mumble. A hand to mumble. Hey, give me this thing.
Okay.
See, Melanie? We used to that hand mumble. Oh, you're used to that hand mumble. Oh, do you do it a lot?
I don't know.
I think you're tired.
I don't get
Let's
enough
see.
sleep.
There's a question about Wolverino.
Somebody asked about Omnibus 2, maybe? Was that it? Here, that's a good question. How do you keep track of what collections you own? Or do you... I
got an Excel spreadsheet, too.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Is it Excel?
It's an Excel spreadsheet. I do. But most of the time I remember.
Who uses Excel anymore?
Shut up.
My husband does.
Yes, so want to see this Filippo's next year. Incredible Hulk, Peter David, Omnibus 3 and 4. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoyed your recent X-Force reading order videos regarding Part 2. Looks like there's space for some Omnibus. That's right, there is. Plenty.
For real, right? Not enough sleep if you have thousands of live streams.
I take a break. When I told myself that when things get back to normal, I take a break, like a week off to read. Doesn't mean that I won't shoot 7 episodes ahead of time, though.
Yes, you will. Omar doesn't know it, but after I beat him in Rob 64, Omar and I are going to change out his shells and his figures so that the shells are uniformed with
trade paperback shells and Omnibus shells. I don't mix.
After beat what a video games like
King of Fighters,
King
maybe.
of Fighters. That's such a fun game.
Absolute Carnage Omnibus got a quick announcement based on the single cells. I'll tell you that story. David.
Once upon a time, a man named David Gabriel.
David wanted to make it an OHC, right? An oversized hardcover. Because he noticed the cells of Immortal Hulk. He noticed the cells of, was it Captain America? But whatever. They wanted to make it an oversized hardcover. And he was texting Donnie Cates. And Donnie Cates was like, hey, can you add this? And David was like, sure, I'll add that, you know. And then Donnie Cates was like, hey, can you also add this? And then by the time he was done talking to Donnie, he was like, you know what, let's just make it an omnibus. We'll just add everything, Donnie. And that's how that came about. So it was originally planned as an oversized hardcover. I have an Excel sheet of what issues of Amazing Spider-Man I own. See?
Yeah, there you go.
We all use Excel, Melanie.
It's a good idea. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm getting the Dawn of X trades. That's the way I like to collect them.
Dying Breed Collectors.
Mario, brother. What's up, Dying Breed Collectors?
Omar the Bomar. That's a good nickname.
No. It's not. I continue to hope and pray you all are doing well. I can only pop in for a bit. It's Lolly, my future wife's 30th. All right, man. Well, you tell your lady happy birthday. I had so much time before she had to go to work. Yeah.
We sang happy birthday last week, right?
You did. Was it last week?
Well, how many birthdays she got?
Maybe he's got 2 ladies.
This is a future wife.
We all got secrets.
Well, thank you for popping in. Okay, so Excel's the best route to go.
But CLC is pretty great too. Yeah, it absolutely is. Oh, I have the September solicitations. I'll probably be doing that on Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. Whatever, if you guys want to join. Let me know what's better for you. 11 a.m. I'm thinking. Get Jess on there with me. Have you read Ghost in the Shell manga? I have. I'm reading the first one right now. I have the trade. I have the Naughty trade. And I have the new Kodansha one. The hardcover box sets. The Naughty trade. Do you remember that? The Naughty. It's when they're having a. It's 2 pages of just lesbian sex action that they removed it from the American version. But there was a small reprint by Dark Horse that they put the 2 pages in there again. It's pretty explicit.
Street Fighter. Lionheart challenges Street Fighter as well. I'll pay for the gas to IKEA. Oh, okay. DBZ All-Star says, you say 2 weeks ago. I did say 2 weeks ago. It was her 30th on the 30th. She loved you guys singing to her. She wants us to be a couple like you. Aw, thanks.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks.
Does she like correcting you? Because you're on your way.
That's how I flirt. You're a jerk to flirt, and I correct you to flirt.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah. This one?
Hi, Omar. Do we know what the DM variant cover for the Sensational She-Hulk Omni is? Yeah, it's on our Facebook page. Put it there like 6 months ago. But it's the cover number 1. That's the DM cover. And the regular cover is the poster. And it's not, they took the new colors out of the Omnibus color, by the way. We just put up the new, Marvel sent us the new Hulk, Peter David Omnibus 2 covers this past week.
Do you feel bad taking a figure out of the package? I'm going to say no. And he uses the boxes to stand figures up in the back so you can see them.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool because you can still see if it's a cool box, right? Like the artwork or whatever on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that reminds me of when we were at a con once. And who was it? It was the Raven, right? The Raven anime kind of statue. What's that line called?
Anikami or something like that? Amikami?
And somebody asked me, like, what do you think about it? And I was like, well, I like her facial expression better on the box than on the actual statue. I don't think it really transferred over very well. And wasn't it the guy that, like, made it?
Yeah, he was the guy that sculpted it.
I'm sorry.
He's like, oh, I sculpted that. That sucks.
I knew. Well, how do they decide what the DM cover is?
Sometimes it's a classic cover. Sometimes it's redrawn art. It's very confusing. They have meetings. Seriously, they have meetings, like 4 of them. I know there's 4 people because I asked David if I could be 5 and he said no. There's 4 people that decide what these covers are. I'm like, can you imagine having a meeting like that? Like, I have a very boring job, and our meetings are usually like 2 hours long about nonsense, and I don't even know what the hell we're talking about half the time. Can you imagine a meeting?
That's what he reads.
Yeah. Can you imagine having a meeting like, okay, guys, we get to decide the cover of Incredible Hulk Omnibus Volume 2 by Peter David. What do you got? Somebody's like, 377, 390, 391, but we used the metallic glossy cover. Man, that would be cool.
I would hope, surely, people, when they're deciding in the meeting, have, like, passion for, well, I think this piece of art, conveys blah, blah, blah.
I think
as
sometimes,
opposed to, like, what can sell.
I think sometimes they get to do that. Like, sometimes there's somebody that's like, I think this issue speaks a lot. There was something huge that happened in this particular issue.
Yeah. Okay, so to flirt, his future wife uses... Wait. Lately uses my full name to flirt or Asian nags me. Her words, not mine. I mean, she's just trying to help. I was trying to help people understand. You got your hand in the way, and then I started doing it too because it's comfortable.
Do you think Marvel will start reprinting Ultimate Spider-Man Ultimate Collection books? I feel like they neglected their Ultimate Universe for so many years.
That's a good point.
I think they were on their way to do that with the Ultimates reprint. There's so many books, right? Like, there's so many things that I'm sure... Maybe this is me thinking, but I thought, well, if the Ultimates reprint sold well, maybe they'll reprint Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 and then give us a Volume 2 and 3 that takes us all the way to the death of Ultimate Spider-Man and then the Miles run, and then we'll have the entire Ultimate Spider-Man saga in an omnibus format. But that's me thinking, I don't think that's what they have planned. I don't know. I mean, I could throw that idea out there and David would be like, maybe, or I don't know.
Matthew was saying if you were invited, it would take too long. The meetings would take too long.
Let me tell you why 377 would be good. Here's a pie chart. I don't know why I brought this to this meeting. Y'all better
spreadsheet.
Y'all better eat your lunches because this is going to be a long meeting. Omar, I haven't noticed Spider-Ham Complete Collection Volume 2 being mentioned anywhere in the reshuffle of things. Have you heard or seen anything? I thought I saw it in the solicitation. Like I said, I have the September solicitations, so I'll be doing that. And I'll keep an eye out for that one, Derek. Do you know if there's any particular reason Marvel put out Volume 1 of Bendis' run on Avengers and Ultimate Spider-Man but never followed up? Sells. 100% sells. But as much as people love Bendis, for some reason his omnibus never sold. Powers, Guardians of the... I mean, let's count them. Guardians of the Galaxy, Powers, Ultimate Spider-Man, New Avengers. The only one that ever got a Volume 2 was Daredevil. But for some reason, all these other books never sold as well, so they couldn't justify a Volume 2. But maybe that might change now that Marvel saw the sales of Daredevil when they reprinted it. So
Derek says, thank you.
You're welcome.
And, yeah, we talked about this at the beginning, right?
No, that's Sensational She-Hulk. Savage She-Hulk is a different title. And that would be cool.
Adjectives. That would be
maybe
cool.
In collected editions, or in complete collections, rather. Omar, do you think that turning comic book classics like The Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen in the DC Black Labels was a good idea? No! I hate that. I hate... The DC Black Label line is so weird to me. Like, is it mature? Is it Elseworlds? Like, when I look at a Vertigo label, I know what I'm going to get. I may see some boobies. I know it's going to be a damn good story. And it doesn't take place in the DC universe.
I like how you said boobies.
Boobies? Well, I was trying to be politically correct. And then I'll look at the DC Black Label line. I'm like, Superman Year 1? What the hell is this doing here? This should be in the DC ongoing line. It makes no sense. So I don't know. Now Swamp Thing is part of it. All the Vertigo titles are part of it. Hey, Larry's in the chat.
I lost it. Larry.
Yeah. Go down.
Larry.
There he is. Good morning,
Hey.
Omar Melanie. Just tuned in. Anyway, it's not having the meeting to decide covers. That is amazing. It is being paid to have that meeting. Okay, yeah. I'll be a freelancer. I'll just sit there.
Larry, thanks for joining us for the games last night.
The Patreon gaming last night. That was fun.
So, and Maddie recorded the games.
I think she did. Do you know if IDW is still going to publish a colorized...
That's what I was looking for.
Colorized... Was there a follow-up to that? Colorized? Maybe there's a follow-up to that.
Okay. Nigel?
Hey-oh. There's a one-shot Kanto story coming in July. I just noticed the creators were very open to jumping on content creator channels when Kanto first launched. They may be doing the same again. Oh, yeah. I'd love to have that. I'd really enjoy that book. Oh, From Hell. From Hell. Okay. So Nigel's asking if they plan on re-releasing From Hell in color. I don't know. Do they own the right? It's so weird, right? People have asked me, I'll use this as an example, Akira. When Akira Kodansha bought Akira, they bought the manga, right? They didn't buy the copyrights to the colors that Marvel owns. So Marvel's the only one that could ever print Akira in color. But they don't own the rights to Akira, so they can't. It is so weird. It's copyrights. It all comes down to who owns the copyright of what.
And then it just sits somewhere, right? Nobody does anything about it.
And then,
you forget.
Yep.
The politically correct pronunciation is
titties. Chesticles. Call them whatever you
that
want.
That one, no. I don't like that one. Chesticles.
Well, here's a good example. Go down, please. From down.
Yeah.
Right there. Colorized Usagi Yojimbo, perhaps, so I can buy it again. From Hell Masterworks edition should be out soon. Okay, so Colorized Yojimbo is only owned by IDW, but Stan Sakai said that Dark Horse could still print his black and white. So I'm just really confused as to how all that works. All right, Omar Melly, going to call it a night. Good night, brother. Going to get some sleep. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Thank you. And good night. Good night, man. From Hell, color version is called the Master Edition and will be published in July or early August. Larry, the gentleman, Mr. Toad, is on it.
You're an upstanding
Told my wife you're
gentleman.
always an upstanding. Yes, you are. He is. He's a good guy.
You could be too. You could.
I'm not Mr. Toad. Even though Mr. Toad is a little reckless.
No, he didn't.
Nope, canceled, man.
Canceled what? You canceled it?
I pre-ordered and I canceled.
Oh, I didn't know you pre-ordered. I really wanted to get those for you.
It's okay, baby. I really hope Omar gets hired by a collected editions department someday. He'd be awesome at it, and I bet I would make him super happy. Yeah, I think so too. Then I can be making silly videos. Guess what I'm mapping today? Greetings. Can't join the discussion today because celebrate my birth. Happy birthday, Alexi.
Happy birthday. Sounds like you're having a good time.
Yeah. Go enjoy the rest of your birthday, man. Get out of this stream. Here's a good question from Awesome Stuff. Love your Invincible, by the way. Do you think Boom will reprint Power Rangers Deluxe Year 1 and 2?
You were saying yesterday those are really good books, right?
They're fun. I really like them. I hope so because we've had 2 printings of both so far, so maybe I'm saying yeah.
Okay.
They will. They know They know how much they pay for that license, so they know how much they can reprint those books. They're high in demand.
Let's see. Yeah.
He might have to move to New York. Deuces, baby. You take care of the kids. I'll send you a check.
Even though I really love my job, I would go with you. So let's see. Do you have any news on X-Men by Claremont and Lee?
Not the release month. I just have the 2021. But the September solicitation showed Moon Knight, so maybe I'll have a little more info this Tuesday or Wednesday. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Snyder cut of Justice League?
It just keeps making more millions.
Apparently now it's costing them 30 million. At first, honestly, I was like, what's the point? It's not like he's going to come back and do sequels. It's not like Ben Affleck is going to come back and do sequels. So what's the point of even doing this?
I think the point is that the quarantine, on lockdown, people will watch it.
Well, this won't be out until 2021. Hopefully, we will
Oh,
be
never
out
mind.
of the lockdown by
Never
then.
mind.
But no, you're right. Maybe the studio's like, we don't have anything to film. What are we gonna do? We have all this money to spend. Let's give it to the Snyder Cut. The geeks will be happy. I tell you what, though, that does give me hope for a lot of the things that us geeks want. Right? We had Sonic, the Sonic
yeah.
studio remade
People
Sonic.
listening.
So people are listening. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good
It could be
point.
good and bad. It could be bad because we don't always need to be listened to.
I just look at the negative, like how can they make money? So Matthew, yes, they do. I teach at a residential school for people with special needs, and they're my family, and I love them. I'm crying thinking about it. I just, it would be really difficult to leave them because, you know, a lot, I would say, all the students have age levels on par with children, so they're my kids, and I have a lot of fun with them, and just put your heart into it. So I don't know if there, surely there is a place like that, but the place I work at, I don't think there's anywhere else in the country like it. I mean, it is just phenomenal. So, Reviews in a Flash. What are you going to review next for Reviews in a Flash? I was just thinking yesterday, I was like, oh, I haven't done one in a while.
We did Hidden Figures? Is that what it was called? It's an independent comic book that the guy self-published. He sent us a copy. Hidden Dimensions.
Did you publish it?
That's coming out this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, we do them.
We do them.
And Omar doesn't publish
I do the
them.
I do the scheduling.
But
So,
I'm going to do an overview of some manga coming in.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
should be maybe today or coming
This
in today
week.
or next week coming in the mail. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never done an overview.
Yeah, go there.
Right here.
So with the limited supply, will you be able to do a review of She-Hulk Omnibus? Yeah, as soon as I get my copy. Like, Marvel can't send anything. Like, David doesn't get anything either. So review copies, they don't get. Because we're under, a pandemic, so no review copies yet.
Yeah. Teacher here as well. It's
You all are a blessing, because not everybody
Oh,
can teach. I don't know how you all do it, but...
favorite...
Then Melanie would use that cute Kentucky accent.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Favorite Daredevil run? I think we answered that earlier. I said Miller. Frank Miller. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Doesn't get better than that to me. Yeah, they're close, though. There's some really good runs. Daredevil is one of those characters that has amazing runs.
The artist show Maddie did the Canton on, and we didn't see the... Oh.
Yeah, I talked to her about that. I wanted her to show pages off. So she said she's going to.
Mm-hmm. Do the...
Next
Wait.
review in a flash. Make sure to show the art show.
No,
Oh.
I meant to. Did the 5 hardcovers and 101 bullets take up more or less space than the 13 Vertigo trades?
Believe it or not, less. Does the Omnibus take up less space than the oversized hardcovers, though? That's the question. And will it include the, what's his name? Solo, what is his name? Lobo? I can't remember the guy's name. His miniseries that took place after the ongoing
Sounds
series.
like you're doing an introduction to some kind of show. But, blah, blah, blah. That's the question.
That's my voice!
Will, that's good.
I've been getting into European comics, and I've been loving Mobius's work, Corto Maltese. I need to get in the Corto Maltese. Yeah, I was waiting for hardcovers when they announced. IDW said that they were going to do hardcovers, and they never did. Black Satin, Tintin. I just got my box set of Tintin. Could you recommend any great
And that
European
thing was
comic?
heavy. I was like, what is in here? Whew.
I have a list. I have a list of my top 10 favorite, because people have been wanting me to see. Thank you, Joe Cool. Lono, it was Lono. And I'll be putting that on the channel sometime soon, I promise, in the next 2 weeks. So my top 10 favorite Europe or non-manga, non-American comic list.
Which one there?
You need to push for the Nocenti and Soul DD Omnis. Yes. Yes, I do. I also like Nocenti. And Charles Soule's run for that Ron Garney artwork.
Aaron, Aaron's a teacher here in New York City. Hope school's backing up in September, but I'm doubtful. I mean, it's really rough. Yeah, with our school, we had to send over 300 home. And with some students still living there, they have no place to go. But yeah, it's rough, and I'm so sorry to hear that. Because I know the kids need you, as well. So.
I was talking to somebody at DC last week, and at not in Washington DC, but at DC Comics, and they were told.
I don't know why that cracked me up. Okay.
They were told Warner Brothers and DC, they are not going back to work until 2021. Now, they're based out of California. DreamWorks is the same way. My friend Chris works at DreamWorks, and they were told they're not going back to work. Going back into the office, rather. They can work from home until 2021. Man, I think if they have the capability of letting their people work from home, it's a wise decision, right? Because there's no chance of anything.
Right.
So 2021 for those people. David's still thinking Marvel. They're out of New York, like the gentleman that is a teacher, and they're thinking probably sometime in end of June or July, depending on how things are going when they open up. So, is your Tintin box set missing the Congo? It is. But that's the only one that it's missing, and it's the oversized ones. Because I tried to look at the little ones, and they're just too small. And I went into a Reddit. It was a UK book Reddit group, and they were telling that this was the best box set. And somebody actually watched my show. I was like, hey, thank you for helping me. Have you ever read Alien or Predator comic that you actually liked? Oh, the Stoko stuff. What was it? The Alien Dead Orbit? I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was we'll read it anyway. The new Volume 1 being back made Omar damn skippy. Hope the sales are good to make him even happier with the Volume 2.
Oh my god, if everybody buys a New Warriors Omnibus Volume 1, that'd be awesome. I'll check out.
Zach's going to check out Black and Mortimer.
Do you think we could get a third Jeff Johns Flash Omnibus after the second one gets reprinted? I don't know what the second one's going to have. I was hoping that it would take us all the way to Flashpoint. The one thing that I hope they do with the second one is they include the orphaned issues that happen after Johns left. There's only 5 of them that take place between the final Johns issue and Infinite Crisis. I hate orphaned issues more than anything. So
you should adopt them.
What's keeping Marvel from doing a Jason Aaron Thor Omnis? The movies, probably. Yeah. I think we'll get a Jane Foster Omnibus when the movie comes out, and before that we'll get a Volume 1 Jason Aaron Thor Omnibus the year. See you guys, I'm off to a barbecue. Greetings from Belgium. Have a great day. Much love to you, brother. Thank you for joining us. What's your thoughts on the Vagabond manga? That is the gentleman that did Slam Dunk, and I love it. It's on hiatus. And it's hard to say that it's one of my favorite ones because, I don't know. Berserk is my favorite manga, and it's still not over. Berserk could end with Guts waking up from a dream and driving his car off to the...
it can't.
Another day in the office. Oh, man, what a wild dream. I gotta get ready for this meeting.
No!
And I would be like, no, Miura, why would you do that? Like, I always say that. Like, that's why I always make it a thing to talk about, like, my favorite manga. You know, I can't judge it because I don't know how it's going to end, and the ending could suck. But Berserk is so...
say it's your favorite.
But it is because Berserk is so damn good.
Man, and we saw... I'm not going to say what it is, but we saw that panel that you were like, that is his artwork. That panel that was leaked.
Yeah.
It gives me hope.
I hate when people leak panels.
I hope it was real.
Do you think that after Uncanny X-Men Volume 4, we will have a Volume 5 or prelude to the Mutant Massacre? Absolutely, we will. And it'll probably include the missing stuff, like the annuals, Long Shot, the miniseries. What else did I have? Was Nightcrawler in this one? I can't remember how I mapped it out. But yeah, absolutely, we will.
Favorite school or college subjects?
History. What was yours?
English, because I was a high school English teacher first, and science. I love science. It's so fascinating. I love watching science videos, especially space. Oh my goodness, you guys! 3:30ish Eastern Standard Time.
This dork is all about excited.
SpaceX is going to try the launch again. I really hope the weather's going to cooperate. I watched that thing for 2.5 hours.
She did.
And it was disappointing that it was scrubbed, of course, you know, not compared to, like, everybody who's actually working on it. However, it was just so inspirational and leading up to it. I can't wait. Oh, it's magical. Because when I was a kid, my dad would, like, record the space shuttle launches, and then he would rewind and say, oh, I forgot my socks, and it was hilarious. But this time, I mean, think of the magic. We could live see into the cockpit. I guess it's called a cockpit. The astronauts getting settled in. Like, that is still magical.
Whatever. That's not real. Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing. Just kidding. Should X Factor 1 through 7? That's what I was thinking of. X Factor 1 through 7. We were gonna watch Space Force. That's the one with Michael from The Office. It's on the Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't watched it yet.
You guys like the fun, mindless fighting anime like Baki? Baki the Grappler. Yeah, I love that crap. I haven't seen Kengan Ashura, but I love.
Any story with my fighting and
whatever. I get enough story.
Matthew, are you joking? I can't tell.
SpaceX is the new crossover.
I'm not judging. I just shut up.
It's the new X-Men crossover by Jonathan Hickman.
I can't tell because you're joking. Like
you can't tell he's joking. He's on the computer.
Okay.
You broke my wife. All right.
I don't know the answer or not. Which one? This one?
Here, let me see for a second. I'll choose the questions while you go on and think about your SpaceX. I would love an X Factor Omnibus. I think most of those issues have already been collected within the pages of Mutant Massacre, Fall of the Mutants, Prologue to Inferno, and Inferno. So I'm thinking probably Uncanny Volume 5 or Prelude to the Mutant Massacre will have those X Factors issues 1 through 7. Ask David if there's any plans. Thank you so much, Bruce, for the super chat for Spider-Geddon Omni. You know, you're not the first one that has asked me about that. So I will. The next time I talk to him, as they start to decide what 2021 is going to bring, I'll mention it to him.
Okay, so Matthew said not joking, honestly. And like I said, I'm not judging. There's tons of stuff I don't know. SpaceX is a private company Elon Musk started, a decade ago. And they've been working on, it's a commercial space program. So today, they're working with NASA using the launch pad. And it will be the first time astronauts have been sent from American soil in like a decade-ish, since the space shuttle program got canceled. Yeah. So this way, they're saying because it's commercialized, like they want to develop vaccines in space. Apparently it's easier. You can do different stuff like fiber cable for better internet connection, doing all that stuff because it's commercialized without, because the government's not funding it, that things can be done to help people here on Earth. And also it's just magical and amazing.
So it's not an X-Men crossover. No. I was joking.
Right.
What's up, Candace? Hey, Omar, Melanie, and Near Minties.
Hello.
Oh, thank you for the super chat, A. Lopez. GM, chance of DCU moving to HBO Max. Apparently everything is moving to HBO Max slowly but surely. They're waiting for some licenses to expire, I think, to get everything over. So the DC Universe app is just about gone.
Ooh, is My Hero Academia like X-Men?
Yeah.
It's literally.
It is literally. I mean, there are characters in there that are like Stanley characters.
Oh.
That's why I like it.
And I've heard it's really good. Just
Tina loves it. Yeah.
Don't have time to watch it. Gotta do my crafts. Got cross stitch, perler beads.
Yo, the immense talent, notwithstanding, is absolute Sandman Overture. Essential reading for Sandman fans. Also, is it a standalone? It is a prequel/sequel. It is absolutely worth reading because of the J.H. Williams artwork. 100%.
Beautiful. I need to reread it.
Perfect. It's gorgeous. Yes, read it. You'll love it. It's more Sandman. Isn't Tom Cruise? Yes, he is.
Is he?
No, I told you his next movie.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Elon going to try and find the Shi'ar Empire. Oh yeah.
Have you read any of the DC digital-only comics yet? I haven't. Look, everybody's making comic book stuff now.
Cosmic Rays, watch
out. So SpaceX is the FF origin story. Cool.
Oh my gosh, what if that...
All right, Freddie's saying you and the kids would love My Hero.
I'm sure.
We're going through Dragon Ball Z, and then we're doing Avatar, Sailor Moon. We're doing the classics.
Yeah. Craig Carter agrees with Overture. Do you prefer Sandman Omnis or...
Do you want Hugh Jackman to come back, or should Logan stay his way? I think he's good.
I think it's good just to...
I think it's okay to start over with somebody else's Wolverine.
Oh, I didn't understand what was going on.
I think he, I don't think he wants to come back and work out 8 hours a day for a role, that he's only going to do once or twice. Maybe if we're lucky once. So,
yeah.
Sandman.
Omnis are absolutes.
Absolutes are gorgeous. I love them. Not that the Omnis aren't, but I think the Omnis are just too big. But I will say they're more expensive if you go the absolute way, because there's a total of 7 of them. Yeah, 7 of them.
And then there's the annotated, and that's
she likes that too.
Yeah, it's interesting to read through. Of course, it takes way longer, but I think it's just interesting all of the annotations.
Kristen, hey! Melanie, as a
Gosh,
science
that's a
fan, do you watch
great
SciShow on
videos.
YouTube?
I used to.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
used to.
that is a really good show. Right now, I'm on a Vsauce kick. And, I mean, it's like years old, the videos, but I watched them all once before and I watch them all again. So I'm kind of binge watching Vsauce. Also, I like Michael's voice. So, but yeah, SciShow. It's a good SciShow Kids. I used to watch that with the girls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He remapped John's Volume 3, which should include him. It all depends on what we see out of that Flash Volume 2. Because if they include Flashpoint in Volume 2, then that's all we get. And I'm kind of thinking that's what they're going to do. Are we getting Sandman hardcover deluxe editions? I know the box set is announced for later this year. I don't know about the deluxe editions. There used to be standard hardcovers. That's how we had them for a long time.
Yep.
Trade paperbacks. Remember the Curiosity Show as a kid. I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Curiosity Show.
Omar, please ask David for a War of the Kings omnibus. I think Annihilation Conquest needs to be reprinted first, right? I think that one is back out of print.
Mr. Wizard's World.
Now that's what I grew up with.
Yep.
We're gonna need another Timmy. Hey Omar, do you know if JSA Omnibus Volume 3 is out of print, out of stock? I ordered it with IST, then got an email saying back ordered. Ooh. I know Volume 2's been out of print for about a year now. I haven't heard anything about Volume 3. This is usually the first time I start hearing about things, is when you all start asking me questions. That's when I start looking.
Oh, Wild and Tough's reading through the softcover Sandman and looking forward to the annotated afterwards.
Oh,
they are big
so
books. You need a whole table to put that thing on.
Ask David for a second Miss Marvel omnibus. Will do. Annihilation Conquest first. Everyone needs to read that.
Wait,
absolutely.
aren't you leaving? Did he say goodbye?
Who?
DBC All-Star?
He was gonna go with his wife. Where?
And then he kept talking. I'm like, well, maybe they're not ready.
I promise I will. That is one that my daughter wants to, because that was her first taste of. What do you mean? There's not a second one yet? She read the first omnibus and she wanted the second one. I'm like, it's not out yet. Mm-hmm. Uncanny Avengers. See, I need to update my list of books that are out of print so I can give it to him. I had no idea Uncanny Avengers was out of print. And that's the follow-up to Uncanny X-Force. Wouldn't it be cool if SpaceX is the origin of the Fantastic Four? Elon Musk, due to his guilt, starts building Tesla armors and becomes Iron Man.
Both are X-Gene activated. Oh, due to COVID.
That would be the best way to end 2020 if we actually got something good out of all this bullshit that's happening.
Oh, she's working that decon job of the
N95s. Okay.
What's decon?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe DBZ All-Stars can explain favorite Spider-Man. Run or character?
I mean, oh shoot.
Run?
John.
Story. The kid who collected Spider-Man. Roger Stern.
Oh, that was Roger Stern.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man loves Mary Jane. Just kidding. You did I remember liking it, but no, not that. I'm sure Run. Character. Nope, character.
Character. Peter
Electro.
Parker. Oh, favorite Spider-Man.
No,
Melanie.
but then he wrote
favorite
character.
Spider-Man character. Oh, Carnage. 100% Carnage.
Really? No, Venom. Venom's way better than Carnage, because Carnage is just...
Carnage kills because he feels like killing. Like, there is no drive or making sense of that character.
Okay, but to me, Venom is more interesting because there is a little bit more complexity.
He used to eat
And I
people's...
like his character design better. See, black and white. I love black and white.
He used to eat people's brains, and now he collects, now he's good again.
Now he's good. See, yeah, go back and forth. There
It will be coming out back into print. Roberto's asking about the Wolverine Matterport Nights. It will be coming back into print. It's just a matter of when. I gave a copy of Miss Marvel Volume 1 Omnibus to my cousin, and she reacted the same way. Read it one night and was mad. Right? How can we do that to our children? Best Spider-Man. Who said trouble? Dude, your ass can be banned. God, that was the Mark Miller, Dirty Dancing, Aunt May, premarital sex. Oh, it was so bad. Nobody talks about trouble. That will not be in any of my hidden gems. Melanie's right. Venom better than Carnage. Carnage is crazier. Carnage is like the Joker. You don't know what he's gonna do. What about a Generation X Omnibus? Dude, we don't even have any complete collections or epics of Generation X. Maybe one day.
Okay, now explain. She's been at this for 2 months and gets to come home every couple weeks for about 12 hours, during which she gets spoiled. Oh,
man.
Well, go spoil her! Oh my goodness!
No, she's still there. Oh, reader trouble. I will burn that I never owned it. I read the first issue and I was like, nope. And then somebody gave me the trade, and I was kind enough to keep it, and I read it, and I'm like, oh my god. Sorry, I just got in. What's up, Herminio? I got in, but Wolverine Omnibus is released in September. Yes, the direct market. You can still get it from Amazon. So, it will be September 2nd, I believe, along with Black Widow. What do you consider the worst Marvel Omnibus that you own? Oh, God. Well, I have guilty pleasures. I have no shame in saying that I like the Avengers The Crossing, or Atlantis Attacks.
One More Day.
Or
One More Day.
One More Day, maybe. That might be the worst story.
I mean, obviously, I haven't read everything.
But that's not fair, though. Like, it's only 4 issues. Some of that stuff is really good in JMS's Volume 2. Yeah, I mean, as a
I'm sorry. Well, okay, I was thinking story. I wasn't thinking Omni.
Man, what is the worst?
I mean,
that's such a good question, because I don't really like to buy
hard, right?
things I don't like.
Omni, it's so big that it's hard for everything to be bad.
I got it.
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy by Brian Michael Bendis. 100%. I hate that story. The artwork is beautiful, but that is not my Guardians, and yeah. So I own it because I like having things in complete collections, so. When will Red Robin get reprinted? Dude, I don't know. DC really hates Tim Drake. DC doesn't know, I think, is part of the problem. Favorite friendship in comics? Nightcrawler and Wolverine.
Aww.
Nightcrawler and Wolverine. Guts and Griffith. Guts and Griffith.
No, the whole.
I'm sorry if you like that run. This is my opinion, guys. But if you like it, that's good. Good on you. Anything by Bendis?
I love Bendis.
There are some things that I really like that I don't mind owning by him. But
that was a quote from one con, because one of the people we were with, he loved Bendis, so we started teasing him. All right, Chris was like, I love Bendis.
Could you ask Dark Horse if they're planning to give Lobster Johnson the Omnibus treatment? I hope so. I haven't talked to Dark Horse. I talked to them during the pandemic, but they haven't replied back to my messages, so I may reach back out to them. Omar, do you like any Bendis? Yeah, I think his Daredevil was solid. Powers was fun. He did a miniseries called Secret War. That was really good.
Oops.
And I get it. I get the love of Bendis' Avengers because it is easy to jump into. I wasn't a fan.
Donna Troy and Starfire.
Yes, Beast and Wonder Man. Good
Beast
choice.
And Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, good answers. Bye, Matthew.
Peace out, Matthew. We got to get going, too, here in a second. So
we'll keep her in our thoughts and prayers.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Take care of your mom, dude. Aquaman by John's absolute format ever going to happen? Probably not. That the Omnibus is out. Nightwing and Superman. Yeah, that's a good one. Not Onslaught. No, because at least with Onslaught, there were some things that I enjoyed about it, right? Whereas Guardians I didn't enjoy anything from the get-go. Omar, I own the Trouble hardcover. I'll take the bullet for you and do a review when I start making videos. Okay, man. I wish you a good journey. I've ordered my Wolverine Omnibus from Amazon UK on April 4th, and still haven't received it, while over in Amazon US, they have it in stock. And why haven't they moved? I don't know how the book market is in the UK, if it's different than America, if you guys are waiting for actual Hachette to open back up, because that's who will ship it to the book market, right? Hachette's in charge of that, whereas Diamond is in charge of the comic book market. The comic book market isn't getting Wolverine until September 2nd, so keep that in mind.
Leslie says, thank you for the answer. I have the Omnibus since I've collected all Guardians of the Galaxy Omnibus, but I haven't got around to reading it.
Well, yeah, don't let me, like, give you any kind of impression. Like, you make up your own mind whether you like it or not. Just because I don't like something just doesn't mean that you shouldn't have to.
Deadpool and Cable. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Yep.
Oh, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Oh, Mr. Awesome just said that.
Yeah, Deadpool and Catman.
I like Mr. Terrific and, what's his name? Jay Garrick, too. Harley Quinn, Dinah, and Injustice is also legit. Larry, can you highlight Larry's question? Yeah. Any thoughts on Bendis' Scarlet run? I haven't read it. That's one run I have not read, so that could be good.
Oh, Mr. Awesome and Deadshot and Catman.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Peter and Matt pre-Mind Wipe.
The people want a Dazzler Omnibus. Do they? That's David's favorite masterwork he owns. Dazzler. They've reprinted it once. He's asking about Damn Sin City, so it's gone through its second printing. They still own the rights, and I don't see why they would not. So, yes, I see that happening again. Were the sales on LaRocca's Infractions Iron Man Omni's trash? I have yet... I hate having it uncompleted. I guess they didn't sell enough. The oversized hardcovers, right? There's only 2 of them, and I think a third and 4 would have wrapped it up. So, sadly, no.
Yeah, Sunspot and Cannonball.
Shatterstar and Richter. Shatterstar and Richter.
Supergirl.
It's a good one.
Supergirl and Batwoman.
Wolverine and pretty much any of his young friends like Jubilee, Rogue, Kitty Pryde.
Raz says that people want a Jubilee Omnibus, which means Raz because
Raz wants Jason Todd and the Crowbar.
I just read it and I didn't even think about it.
Did you think the Crowbar was a bad guy or a good guy?
Got it.
Do you know why Superman Batman wasn't on IST? I explained that earlier, Jeremy. I don't mind right now. It's because they're getting their books not from Diamond. Their DC books are coming from Lunar Printing. Or Distribution Center, sorry. So they will have the same street date that DC shows, and that is June 11th. So I don't know if they're going to keep up with it. I'm on a wrap up. So.
Oh, it's just showing that. Okay.
I don't know if they're going to keep using that same distribution center or not. Do you have any commissioned artwork? Do you have it up? I got Melanie a Tom Rainey Wolverine sketch. Mm-hmm. He did a sketch for me.
Yep, that's in my
room. I don't. And I've met Mark Silvestri. I've met my favorite artist. Oh, Don Rosa.
That's what I was going to get.
Oh, go get that if you don't mind. I did. Don Rosa. Anytime you ever meet Don Rosa, beautiful, wonderful man that he is, he gives you a free sketch if you're a fan of Duck Comics. So if you're a fan of Duck Comics and you ever see him in America, I know overseas he is, you have to wait days to stand in line for him, but here in America,
you just walk right up.
You just walk right up and be like, hey, Mr. Rosa, I love your stuff.
Okay, so here's our, couple sketches for, here, hide the thing, please. Okay, so here's mine of Goldie.
Oh, sorry.
And here's Omar's. This one was first.
Yeah, that's my Scrooge.
And then
Tad Stones, the creator of Darkwing Duck, did this for my daughter. My friend got it made. And this is so cool. So, we have duck stuff like it. We need one for Alicia now.
That's true.
So maybe she'll get Gizmo Duck. Glittering Goldie, that's right.
Yeah.
Don Rosa is very much loved here in Finland. I hope, he emailed me. So I hope to, when all this is over, go to his house and do a proper interview with him. He wants to show me his collection, he said. And I said it would be an honor.
So, Monkey,
okay. Hey, just saying hello. I don't get most of what you guys talk about here. Don't collect comics, omnis, don't read superheroes, but I love to listen to you when chilling. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. And I do that too with some YouTube videos. Like, I just love the voices and it's relaxing, so I'm glad.
As long as you don't mind having your books. Only Boom collections. He hates Boom.
But so, it adds value. I don't think it's defacing. It adds value.
I think it's funny. He's just passionate about what we scratched out the word Disney and Boom. All right, we'll take a couple of questions, and then we have to go too. So, an interview with Don Rosa, hell yeah. Oh, it's a dream, right? I have a holy trinity and he's one of them.
It will happen.
Met Don Rosa at a con here in Greece. Went to get his signature for a friend. Couldn't come. Such a great gentleman. He was signing 12-hour days for 3 days straight. Yeah.
Is he giving out peppers?
He loves giving out peppers. Melanie, you already know the answer to this.
He does have a Nightwing costume.
I do.
He's embarrassed. He looks good. But Maddie and others.
Yeah, they bought me one for my birthday. Yeah. It was really sweet. Where'd you find out what's up with the Cloak and Dagger Omnibus? Yes, June. Do I not? I thought I hadn't announced that. I'm sorry. June or July. I'm sorry. I don't have the sheet in front of me. But it's coming. It's not canceled or anything. It's either this month or next.
So, like you were saying.
Oh, but you
understand.
So you do understand the comics. Okay,
There
Madame
you
in
go.
Paris ones.
All right.
All right. So that's it, guys. For today. Thank you so much for joining us. Check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. You can get books up to 50% off. And yeah, thank you all for joining us. This is a lot of fun. Love talking to all of you from all over the world. It's really humbling.
For us too.
Yeah. You may get something out of it, but I definitely do. And I will keep doing it for as long as you all keep watching. So if you're joining us later, please don't forget to ask questions in the comments. And if I didn't get to your question today, I apologize. I was trying to keep up. And yeah, everybody stay healthy, stay safe. Oh, hit that like button, please, if you haven't yet. And
after this, I'll go on YouTube and I'll hit the like button.
Thank you. So everybody, much love to you all.
Bye. Stay minty.
That's not